Hi, welcome back, and this is video 3 of the email course where we want to discuss about the writing style or how should you write the email when you get started. All right, so generally we want to write in a conversational style, and the English being used is very elementary, simple to understand, with no bombastic words, and keep it everything as simple as possible. Okay, now when we are writing as if you are the expert of the course. In fact, you are like for example, if Andrew Tan is conducting the Q10 e-commerce workshop, all right, how to sell products on the Q10 online marketplace platform. So you should be writing as if that you are the expert, right? So on the other hand, Jazz Lai, who owns this entire business for the workshop, the main organizer for the workshop, you write as if that he is the ambassador of the expert. Okay, so now, and the thing is, section 1, let's discuss about section 1. We want to use a mixture of personal information, photos, images that you can use. So in section 2, we want to educate the subscribers with our content about what they can expect to learn. So usually what we do is that we give them a carrot, we let them have a taste of the carrot so that they want more, so when they have good free content in the email, it gets them to want to have the whole thing to learn from the free workshop. So usually we try to give only one tip at a time in one email, all right? And most importantly, whenever you are giving tips, because people tend to have a very short attention span, we are not writing composition at all. So just minimize the fluff, right? We don't want to write fluff as if like we are writing a school written composition. We don't want that. And last but not least, there must be a call to action that gets people to want to go and click to go and register for the event. That's where your sense of urgency, exclusivity, scarcity comes in to get the prospects, to not want to lose out on this great opportunity, right? So let me just show you some email examples that we have. So for the first email, we want to talk about, it's called Hello from Andrew. Okay, that's actually the name of the subject, all right? So he's talking about how looking through old Facebook messages, as you can see that the formatting that we have, as you can see here, is basically like one sentence, one paragraph per sentence. Now, but sometimes when the sentence gets too long, what we actually do is that we break the sentence up. Instead of using a comma, we use like a triple full stop for that sentence, and then we continue on with the next paragraph. And we use images as well to illustrate what we are trying to say. Sometimes we can even use funny GIF images so that, to make the email even more interesting. Right, and you realize that whenever we want to highlight a certain point, or we want to draw attention to that sentence that we think is important for the prospects to know, because sometimes prospects, they just, when they read the email on their mobile phone, they don't bother reading the entire thing. They just scroll, and they will just take note of the main bold points that kind of like summarize the entire thing that they actually need to know about. So that would actually be good, especially if prospects are skimming through emails, they are not really reading. This bolding of this headline and increasing the font size actually helps to keep their attention longer to your emails. And of course, the more pictures that you use, you get it's more personable, especially like, for example, when I'm not Andrew, right? By the way, I'm Lionel, but I write the email as Andrew, so I'm using like his style of talking, conversing with customers, but putting it into words. So it's not like article based, but more of a conversational. So in this particular email, we are talking about how Andrew decided, from starting his own e-commerce business on Qoo10 and then advancing to training people and getting noticed, headhunted by seminar organizers, including Jazzlai, and how he decided to work with Jazzlai and create classes that help touch and change people's lives by educating them on how to start a Qoo10 business, right? So as you can see, so in summary, this email is using Andrew's point of view to share his personal story, how he actually got started in teaching, and his motivation behind conducting classes like this. As you can see, the formatting, every couple of sentences, you will see that there is a bold and highlighted sentence with bigger fonts meant to draw attention, right? This is to stop people in their tracks when they are skimming through the emails fast. We have pictures in between, to keep the attention of the reader, and with a call to action. All right, so let me just show you another email. Okay, and it's also another personalized based email, right? There are many different sorts of email which you can write about, which we'll discuss in subsequent videos. So this is another personal email where we are celebrating the annual Chinese Lunar New Year. Is a tradition by Chinese people, and Andrew is wishing everyone a very happy Chinese Lunar New Year, and of course we link it back to the we transition it back into talking about the free training. Okay, and again we add some pictures. You notice is usually one sentence per paragraph, and sometimes because instead of using comma, we are using the triple full stop. All right, and then we have the bold sentence in between, to create the curiosity or to draw attention, and we end off with a call to action, right? So let's talk about the third email, whereby instead of going into more personal base, we are focusing more on educating the prospect or the reader. So especially when it comes to educating by giving them content or what they can expect to learn, you want to minimize fluff as possible, because sometimes whenever you try to get your point across by educating, we want to still keep that curiosity at the end. We don't want to be revealing too much, and of course people's attention are short. We don't want to add too much fluff that does not help in the content of the email as well. Okay, so as you can see, this is a pretty short email. We are just telling people upfront what they can expect to learn from this workshop. And what makes it so popular is because people are sharing this post like crazy, and that gives you an idea how popular this is or how great this workshop really is, because people are spreading it like word of mouth, so that we know it's the real deal, right? So the idea is that we are promoting the class, but we are backing up with social proof, as to why people should come attend. And then we end it all with a exclusive scarcity call to action, to create that urgency, so people want it. Whenever you have a believable scarcity, or it makes people, don't want to lose out. I want to get in on this, because everyone else has benefit. I don't want to lose out on that. So you want to motivate that. You want to create that motivation in that reader to take action. Now the next one, which is another content-based email, but as you can see, we use a clickbait by saying I grew 7 times bigger, right? It's a clickbait, is to get people to get curious to click on it. And we use images like that. Now, like I said, sometimes you can use GIF images. Now, GIF images are moving images. It looks like a video, but it's like a short picture, that a motion picture, so to speak, all right? So we are in this particular email, we talk about the concept of selling on Qoo10, right? Because Qoo10 is something like eBay when it first started out. And we are talking about how we are educating the customers how, if they want to get started for the very first time, and they have no idea where to source for product, they can actually source it at physical retail stores where they are, having closing sales, clearance sales, and they are like selling way below retail price at a huge discount, and how they can actually buy heavily discounted items but sell it online instead with a ready customer database on shopping platforms like eBay and Qoo10 and all that. So we are just giving one tip. So you realize in this particular email, we are talking about how by selling heavily discounted price, you can immediately create a cash flow system for yourself, right? You don't have the product, but the moment you receive sale, you can just buy from the discounted store to sell it to the customer. That's the easiest way to start to create cash flow. But we mentioned that if you want to know a long-term way of making money from Qoo10, then you want to come to this workshop where we don't just teach you how to create cash flow, but we teach you how to create a long-term sustainable income for your business. All right, so it's like we give them a free tip, but we give them like another level that they can look forward to, or what they can learn that is for the long term. All right, and that's what this email is all about. So it's a content-based email, but this time there is 2 call to action, not really call to action, but there is 2 links that they can click on. Okay. So let's see. So in short, you in a particular email is broken up into 3 sections. The first section is you can add in personal information of yourself, and then the second section is to educate the subscribers with content. Now sometimes both of these sections can be included in one email itself. Other times it will just be purely content-based, just to educate. Other times it could just be personal information, and then you know what, I have a workshop, just click here and this is what you are going to learn. All right, so it's like a mix and match kind of thing. All right, and then there's this call to action to get them to register. So as you are writing, all right, understand that the state of mind that you're writing is that you are the expert, right? The subscribers look up to you with aspects to this area of expertise. Like for this case is the e-commerce business. So the thing is, when you write email, do not write as if that you are unsure, right? You have to be sure. So because you are writing as the voice of Andrew Tan or as a voice of Jess Lai, and like I said, especially when it comes to content part, minimize the fluff as much as possible. Do not add additional unnecessary sentences which do not help in the email at all. Just get straight to the point and tell them what you want them to know. Okay. In fact, if you can keep your email short and it drives a point across, that is the best. Right. Now the call to action probably takes a little bit more work because you want to give the reader strong reasons why they should take action right now to go and register for the event. Okay, now last but not least, understand that the emails has some basic simple formatting. We want to keep the email like 1 sentence per paragraph, and we don't use comma, right? But if you want to break up the sentence, we use triple full stop, and then we start off a new sentence in a brand new paragraph. Okay, and then you want to create bold and bigger fonts to draw attention to important sentences, because readers sometimes they skim through, they don't read the entire thing. So images in between sentences and bold, highlighted with bigger fonts sentences can help to draw attention, right? Just like what we are doing right here, as you can see. All right, so I will see you in the next video.